Hey again, Core 5. I thought that I'd do another little writing session with you following on from Miss L's lesson yesterday, because in class you all know that we've been learning to write a narrative. And there are some things that a narrative needs in order to be successful. I wonder if you can remember the ones that you did yesterday with Miss L. That's right. So we needed a character. And who did Miss L choose? She did. She chose the bear. Okay, and where was the bear? Who can remember where the bear was? He was in the forest. Okay, so my story is just a follow on from Miss L's yesterday. So if you did a story yesterday with a character and a setting, there are some more things that a narrative needs. I wonder if anyone can remember what it is. It's a problem or something that happens in the story. You can't just have a story where it says the bear was in the forest and that's the end. Something actually has to happen to the bear in order to make it a narrative story. So I've got Miss L's story from yesterday. I've kind of changed it and put my name at the top, but really it should say Miss L and Heather. And it says the bear is in the forest. And you can remember that with Miss L yesterday, you highlighted your character and you highlighted your setting. And so I've done the same, so I know. What we've got to do now is we've got to think about something that happened to the character in the story. So I was having a little think about what could happen to a bear in the forest. And I know that lots of bears are hungry. So I thought a really cool thing to happen to the bear was that he was really hungry. So he was in the forest, out looking for food because he was hungry. And then he got lost, which is a big problem when you're in a forest, I can imagine, because you wouldn't be able to find your way home. So I thought that might be a nice problem to do. So I've got to add on to this sentence, he was hungry and got lost looking for food. Let's count how many words that is. He was hungry and got lost looking for food. 9 words. That's quite a long sentence, isn't it? Now we are doing a new sentence because we've actually finished out this sentence with a full stop. So we're adding on, we're doing a new sentence, which means that we need a new capital letter. Okay, now remembering that on the word card, all of these are lowercase letters. Okay, so if you want to know how to do the capital letter and you're not sure, you could ask your adult with you, or you could ask your big sister, or brother, or you can go and have a look on a different alphabet chart if you have one of those at home, which some of you may. All right, so we need he was hungry. Okay, so my first word is he. Okay, so we need a capital what sound for he? All right, so hopping around. And on the word card, you would be looking at house. He. Now remembering that's a lowercase, so we're going to do a capital H. And you don't need to start it on a new line. You can just stop where you finished and you can just carry on. So you don't always just do one sentence. Some people do thousands of sentences, like when they write a book. Someone's right. He. Oh, I'm already stuck. It's only the first word. What am I going to do? What should you do if you're stuck? Well, I know that I don't want to just sit here and do nothing. So if I really, really can't hear the second sound, I'm just going to move on. But remember that when you do that, you can put a line underneath the word. So you can actually go back and check it later with a friend or with an adult. So he was. Is that a new word? He was. Oh, it is. So I definitely need a finger space. I wonder if you can help me sound the word was. It's quite an easy word to listen for the sounds. So let's do a robot with a karate chop. I wonder if you can remember that. So ready? Was. Oh, I heard 3 sounds there. What was the first one? So remember my finger space was a w, o, z, or s. Do you think it matters which one I put? I'm going to put a sound, but if it's a Z, it doesn't even actually matter, because we know that when we're stuck on a word or when we've sounded out a word, we just put a little line underneath to show that we need to go back and check. All right, so what came next? He was hungry. Oh, that's a long word. All right, let's do a finger space because it's a new word. And let's try really hard to sound hungry. Let's get our gum out, because when we get our gum out of our pockets, sometimes a really long word is good to hear all of those sounds. So stretch it out. Hungry. Ooh, I can definitely hear that it starts with a H. Now it is a lowercase this time because it's not the beginning of the sentence, it's in the middle of our sentence. What else can we hear? H, Oh, I know Tahi have been doing a lot of work on the sound for umbrella. All right, and it's the letter U, but it makes an sound. Oh, I can kind of hear an E there. I can hear a gr. Gr is actually made up of a blend. It's 2 letters. It's a G and an R. Hungry. And if you wanted to put that E on the end, you could. Okay, I definitely sounded that word out, so I'm going to definitely put a line underneath to know that I need to check that later. Okay, let's read and see where we're up to. The bear is in the forest. He was hungry, and remember, he got lost looking for food and got lost looking for food. Okay, well, I definitely know that and is on the word card. It's in the red box, and there it is there, and. So I'm really carefully going to write that. Remember, when you do A's and D's, you always start with that open mouth, short stick. That open mouth comes first, and it stops you from doing the letter A backwards. Okay. Do I need to underline that word, or did I copy it? Yes, I copied it, so I don't need to put a line under it because I know that it's right. He was hungry and got. Got. Do you know that got, I think, has 3 sounds, and I think we should be able to hear all of them. So let's robot it out. G, O, T. Those are the 3 sounds I can hear. Let's do it again. G, O, T. What's the first sound? G or g, Google or goat on the word card. And got is another new word, so I need a new finger space. G, O. We should all be able to hear that sound. G, O, T. And a T for t, t, t when I watch a tennis game. Now I sounded that word out, so I am going to put a line. All right, he was hungry and got lost. Oh, I can definitely hear a L at the beginning of L. L. Oh. All right, once again, I sounded that one out, so I'm going to put a little line underneath. Remember, if you can't hear any of the sounds, just move on to the next word and just listen for the beginning sound. Okay, because as you hear more sounds and can find more sounds on the word card, you'll get faster and faster at it. All right, he was hungry and got lost looking. Oh, I wonder if anyone can spell look. I wonder, I don't actually think it's on the word card, but it's a word that I know lots of you can spell because it's actually quite easy. It's like 2 little I's in the middle, isn't it? So I know it starts with a L. I know that there's 2 little I's. Okay, we could make them into I's if we wanted. And it actually ends in a K. But hold on a second, because we need to add something at the end of look to make it say looking. Can anyone remember Mr. Ing? Mr. Ing, Mr. Ing, Mr. I-N-G. So you can make lots of words using ing, like jumping, swimming, making, flying. So you can use the word ing, or this letter's ing, to make lots of words into different ones. All right, he was hungry and got lost looking for. 4 is on the word card. It's in the red box. I wonder if you can find it. It depends with the sound. And there it is. And I'm just going to copy it down. Looking for, what was he looking for? For some food, because he was hungry. That's a big problem, isn't it? Looking for food. Let's sound out food. Let's gum it out. Gum, 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 chew, chew, chew. And we're going to stretch it out and really try. And if we're not sure of the sound, we're just going to write the ones that we can hear and then move on. Okay, here we go. Ready? Oh, I definitely hear a f. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. I don't know how to make this sound. Ooh. Am I going to worry about it? No, I'm just going to carry on. Food. Oh, so I hear a f at the beginning. And I definitely didn't know what was, so then I just skipped to the end. Food. And I can hear a d for duck or drum. Okay, let's count how many words I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Was it 9? I think it was 9. Now I really need to actually go back and check, so let's have a look. The bear is in the forest. So that was Miss Owl's part. He was hungry and got lost looking for food. I'm done. Is there anything that I've missed? Yep, you're right. I need a full stop to finish myself off. I've already underlined as I went along, but if you forgot to do that, you can go back and do that at the end of your story. So, we've got a character, we've got a setting, and now we have a problem. Tomorrow, I wonder if we will add in a solution. There might be another teacher who might do a little story to add in a solution to my problem. All right, Ko-Fi, it's your turn. Go away and have a go. You can do it while you are playing this video, or you can just go and try your best. Remember, if you don't know one of the words or don't know the sound in one of the words, just move on. Don't sit there stuck. You don't need to ask for help. You can just do the ones that you do know and then move on. All right. Bye, Ko-Fi. Hope to see you soon.